What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. Here we are on the 17th day of June at about 1.35 cents, 23 hours left in the day here, with a little bit of a reversal yesterday. Unfortunately, my friends, it's happened again. We've caught it the last couple of times, but this time it was a little bit bigger. The move seemed a little bit different. The volume was a little bit more, and yet the move came out to be the exact same. Found resistance at the exact same area. If we're looking at this here, you found resistance right here where you found resistance before, where you found resistance before on a closing basis, support in this area, and you found a little resistance there. The first time you found resistance in this area, you pulled all the way back down to 008 in the same day. Isn't that crazy? Imagine back here, right? I remember that day. I remember people were panicking, and then some people sold down here, unfortunately, but that happens, you know. But just imagine right now, topping off right there, and then today we're all the way down to 008. Imagine the panic whenever we did that exact same thing here in less than a day, and then we continued upwards to prices that were at cycle highs right now, right? Not all-time highs, but cycle highs at like 5 cents thereafter. I mean, literally, to put it in perspective, you guys, and just to reiterate how fast OnyxCoin can move from this same price, from lower prices. It took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. 9 days from prices that were below a penny, below 1 cent, to go to that price of about 5 cents. Okay. As of now in this month, we have about 13 days left, 12 days and 23 hours, whatever, 13 days left in this month. We can absolutely see new relative highs. We can absolutely be above 5 cents by the end of this month, man. Absolutely we can. But for now, we're chilling. And I think at this point in time, we're back on the idea that we're going down to the golden ratio. If we look at this, let's see. And maybe not. We'll see. We'll see, but don't hold me to that just yet. Okay, let's look and see if we can deductively reason this here. Reason this deductively? I don't know. From a low to all these lows here, connecting the dots, right? And maybe it's more like this. I'd probably rather connect those lows there. There we go. We're back below this line, diminishing the idea. This did seem like a fake out, you guys, but it looks like we faked out the fake out because now we're back below this line. Not a good look right now. That would suggest that we go lower. Daily RSI rejecting the 50, getting that higher high there with a lower high. Hidden bearish divergence while you're in a downtrend. Not a good look in itself. Volume wasn't crazy yesterday, but it was about the same as the day before. And that was a pretty solid body to the downside. The stochastics look good. The stochastics actually give me hope that we're going to move up. Honestly. The stochastics look good. The MACD looks good too. You have the histogram here, and then you have a higher low here, right? You see the histogram there, low, higher low here. You've got higher lows on the daily time frame. These are significant time frames, all coinciding with lower lows. Same thing with the stochastics. If we're not at the low, man, we're very near the low. Absolutely very near. We might get one more drive. I feel like the MACD is very notorious for getting one drive and then bullish divergence, and then you get the smaller one, bullish divergence. You get like 3 of these peaks, and then you reverse it, right? You're super close to flipping it. Super, super close. If Bitcoin moves up today, you'd move up today. This could flip green, and I think Bitcoin will flip up. Man, so much confliction in the charts. Let's look at the short-term stuff, okay? Before we get bearish or bullish here, let's look at the short-term stuff. 1 hour time frame. So as we're moving up, this is a nice picture, actually. As we're moving up, we're getting a lot of volume. As we're moving up here, we're even getting some volume. And as we're moving down, we're really not getting too much volume. Yes, this volume is pretty comparable to what we saw here, but none of the volume on the downside is comparable to what we saw on the upside. And we're losing volume as we're going down. That's actually nice. We have bullish divergence here. No. It's not bullish. It is higher lows on the MACD, but it is also higher lows on the price. I guess it is bullish divergence because you're moving down and your bearish momentum is losing structure. So like you're contracting with these moving averages here. So, and the stochastics look like they want to move up as well. You do have bullish divergence on your stochastics. 1 hour time frame, I would think gets to the oversold zone, but it's not necessary. Wouldn't surprise me though. If we were to get oversold on the 1 hour, that might imply a little bit lower in price. Let's see what we could do here with a little bit lower in price. All right, Low to high. Let's go. Low to high here. That was my cat. If you just heard that noise, that was him shaking his head out, and I think his cheeks were like flapping in the wind. Come here, Mufasa. Let's see. Let's see if he'll... I don't know if you guys can see him. Let's see. No, maybe not. That's okay. Let me get him. Come here. Come here. He doesn't like being picked up. Oh, you can see him though. Yeah. He doesn't like being picked up. My other cat loves being picked up. He's more... One of them's like a dog, one of them's like a cat, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys. 1.35 cents right now, 1 hour time frame, below the golden ratio. You ripped right below it. You found resistance at it. Yes, I would expect you to go to your 786 or 886. So with that in mind, it actually makes sense that we go a little bit lower on the 1 hour time frame. Get another drive here, maybe get some actual bullish divergence on the MACD as well. You'd have bullish divergence on the MACD and the stochastics, ready to move up at some point. Right, we've seen this happen before with the stochastics in the oversold area. Oversold like that amount there, oversold this amount here. You've been oversold for a good little bit here. Maybe that was too big of a circle right here so far. I can't imagine that you'd be oversold for too much longer here. So probably by the end of the day, you do move up. I wouldn't be surprised if today was a green day. Okay, so that's nice to see. Let's see if the 4 hour time frame agrees. But I do think that we'd move down a little bit from here. Do we move lower? I think this low at 1.272 stands to hold as long as we're above 1.3 cents. If we go below 1.3 cents on an hourly closing basis, any kind of closing basis from an hour to 4 hour, 10 hour, daily, whatever, we close below 1.3 cents, then I would start to get not concerned. I would just accept that we are going to lower prices down to about 1.23 cents to 1.1 cents. We're at 1.35 cents right now, so it's nothing crazy. We're not anticipating anything crazy, you guys. Definitely, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but before we carry on with this video, we are definitely not in selling territory. I don't care if we drop all the way down to 1 cent, man. We are not in selling territory. Yes, in hindsight, wouldn't it be nice to play these games? But the reality is, guys, it's not game time anymore, right? We're rested up. I shouldn't say it's not. I don't know. It will be game time soon. It's not time to play games. So by that definition, it's not game time. I just mean it's time to lock in. It's time to load up the truck, right? We're at the low ends of this range. Low ends of the range, some of the lowest prices we've seen since that miraculous move up. We are days, if not weeks away from seeing some miraculous upside, okay? It could happen at any moment now, right? And in all fairness, as you're moving lower here, you did get some volatility low and then high, but it was quick volatility and then it was done. And just slow bleed down. Low and then high, quick volatility, and then it was done, right? You're bleeding down. And then here at the low area, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Then you ripped, right? A lot more volatility. I feel like it's more clear that it was volatility. Your daily RSI was down in the same areas that you're at now, except you've seen lower readings in your RSI on the daily time frame. You're getting volatility now, right? It's not as condensed as this was back here, but high, low, high, low, high, low. Like we're pretty volatile right now. We are right about to see this next phase up, absolutely. And as I've been saying for weeks now, if not months now, I expect this next move, whenever it begins, I expect it to be larger than this move. And 1.35 cents now, we absolutely should be moving up to prices that are at 5 cents or higher. That'd be my expectation. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame real quick. 4 hour RSI rejecting the overbought zone below the 50. Could go lower. It could go lower. It wouldn't be too crazy if we did go lower. Volume's dying off as we're going lower though, which is encouraging. Stochastics are getting into the oversold zone, which is nice, right? We don't have too much to go, but we probably do go lower. Suggesting that we go a little bit lower, but not too much more to go. Makes sense. Does that mean that we see lower lows than this? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. MACD is flipping red here. We're getting the cross, the bearish cross, and we are being kind of volatile with the MACD getting above and below the zero line there. But we are forming higher lows throughout the MACD. So if we were to come down and then come back up, get a higher low in the MACD with the oscillators, but a lower low in the price, that would be bullish divergence as well. And then when we cross back up above that zero line, maybe next week or something, that would be when we start to make our move. Maybe. Little confliction it's conflicting in the 1 hour and the MACD, because the 1 hour and the 4 hour. The 1 hour would tell me we have a little bit lower to go. We probably don't go below 1.3 cents before moving up higher, and we probably have a bullish day today. By the end of the day, we close green. But the 4 hour time frame does make me wonder if that happens. We could bounce off the oversold zone. That's not as typical with the stochastics. Typically, you do get in there. And if we were to bounce off of it, maybe we move up by the end of this 4 hour time frame. I just don't know if I see that happening. Volume's dying off as we're moving lower. I have a hard time seeing us go lower. I do. I think, as much as this cross might seem like it's significant right now, I don't know if it'll be too significant. We'll probably flip. It might not be this look like I was thinking it would be. I'm curious to see. The 4 hours not being helpful, okay? So we'll just stick with what we do know. What we do know is we have hidden bearish divergence on the daily time frame. What we do know is that the stochastics are pointed to the upside right now on the daily time frame. We do have bullish divergence on the MACD as well, but we can get another drive. So if we were to go lower, it's not a problem. If we are to go lower from a low to a high, the expectation would be 1.23 cents to 1.2 cents, okay? This is an area where we found support before. We could be finding support there now. We found resistance before right here on a daily closing basis. We could find, and we did find support right there actually. We could get a slightly lower low in the price, get down to that golden ratio, lower low in the price, and then have a higher low in the RSI, getting some more bullish divergence there, more bullish divergence across all of our time frames. I'm not saying that we're going to go lower, but maybe I am. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. If we go lower, it's not going to be by much. I doubt that we go below 1.1 cents, okay? We're at 1.35 cents now. But we could go down as low as that. Maybe like just above 1.1 cents. Afterwards, whether it's today, tomorrow, whatever, we'll start to recover. And if OnyxCoin's ready to move up, it might not do it the day that it finds the low, but shortly thereafter, it should be making a move up, and a rather miraculous move up is what we're looking for. So either by the end of this week or going into next week, I feel like a broken record, man, because that's been the same old song and dance we've been singing for probably at least 2 weeks now or so. We should be moving up to the upside. Moving up to the upside. What a funny conjunction of words. High to low, let's see. High to low here, golden ratio. Down to the 236, that's right there at the 1.1 cents, almost 1.2 cents actually. Find support there, and then move up, back to the golden ratio, move down, move up. I still believe that we're going to go to 5 cents or higher, but depending on how OnyxCoin wants to do this, we actually might not see prices above this high until the first week of July or so. The first, maybe even the second week of July. And I'm starting to wonder, just because of how held back the price has been with Bitcoin and various other cryptos as well, I'm starting to wonder if this run does continue through July, even into August. But I don't know about that. That doesn't really, seasonality-wise, August tends to be a month that we do pull back, right? Not that it has to be a red month, but it's a month that we do pull back. Not for OnyxCoin, but just for crypto as a whole. We'll see. We'll see. All that to say, my friends, if we're looking at this here, 1.35 cents now, I would say that the possibility of us going down to 1.23 cents to 1.1 cents is definitely there. The likelihood is even there. But I'm not holding my breath over that. I'm anticipating that any moment now we're going to move up. Maybe it takes some kind of catalyst. Maybe there's going to be some news-driven event. Perhaps it's the FOMC meeting tomorrow. I'm having a hard time calling for lower prices, though there is some suggestions that could see that, right? But regardless of the lower prices, as significant or insignificant as they might be, I think that we have some bullish price action brewing that's going to eclipse any kind of downside or any kind of concerns that the downside could bring. I mean, hell, man, even if we move all the way down to 0.08, we've done that before and then moved right back up to prices that were here the next day before. You know, we've done that literally with the same market cap right here. and maybe some extra coins because we've had some, every month we get new coins put into circulation. But I would anticipate that we still move up higher. Looking at this from a high to a low, let's see. Come on now. High to a low, the expectation would be that we see something between 26 to 32 cents by the end of July, and maybe I should just stop giving it a time frame by the end of this next move, right? That's the next target destination. And if we look at XCN to BTC here, we can rationalize that. We'll rationalize that real quick, just one more time. See if I'm missing something. Because one thing's for sure, right? And the more I scratch my head on this, the more that I think about it, I'm like, we've been consolidating in this area now for months, right? Literally since January, end of January. When we break out, I don't think we're going to stop here. I don't think we're just range bound forever in this area. You know what I mean? I think we're going to break out and we're going to go to the next leg up. But where does that next area stop us at? Did we consolidate for half a year below this area just to stop right here? Just to stop right there? I mean, maybe. That doesn't really make sense to me. Just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean it can't happen. It is in our primary target zone on the fibs, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Golden ratio is right here. Sure, we can make sense out of that because it's the golden ratio on the fibs for the XCN to BTC pair. But as far as price action goes, it's not really in an area that makes any sense at all. In fact, the only area that makes sense, in my opinion, the only two areas that make sense would be this zone here or this zone here. But I've already said this zone just above our most recent high doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let's run the numbers on both. Just for fun. This is going to give us a much more pessimistic outcome. It should be, if I'm doing the math just roughly in my head, this should put us around like 10 cents, I think, to maybe 13 cents, something like that. Let's just see. Let's do Google calculator. I'm not doing the math. Like when I say I'm doing the math, I'm not doing the math on this. I'm just doing, I remember what the price is here, and then I'm essentially like cutting it in half, right? Cutting it in half, but then a little bit more than half, just a little bit more than half. That's where I'm getting like 10 to 13 cents, because 26 to 32 cents cut in half might be like 10 to 13 cents. But obviously that's not cut in half, just a little bit more than half, because that's what that would be. Let's just look at this here. What would this do? 5 zeros, 8189. 8189. Multiply that by the presumed Bitcoin price, right? And by the time XCN tops off, Bitcoin price should be around 160 to 180K. Let's run with 160, okay? Let's do 140. We'll work our way up, just in case, right? Set ourselves up not to be too... Okay, I missed something. I did the wrong... that's going to happen. We're going to do that, but no, I think I missed a zero. Let me see. All right, hold on. 8189. 08189. There we go. Times 140K. Okay, so that should be like 11 cents, right? 11.4 cents. Okay, so I was off by a little bit. Not 10 cents. 11.4 cents. Okay. 11.4 cents. And then from there, 11.4. What about 100? Let's say they top off around the same. I still don't think they top off at the exact same. 11.4 cents. I think Bitcoin goes to 180K. That'd be about 14 cents. And then OnyxCoin USD, 11 cents to me makes more sense than 14 cents, because 11 cents you go right above the 1414. 14 cents you might as well just go to 15.7 right at the golden ratio. So we've at least made sense out of these prices. But again, that just doesn't seem right to me. No offense. No offense to the bears out there, the doubters, the haters. Doesn't seem right to me because you didn't spend all this time accumulating, consolidating, recovering, buying, man, lots of volume coming in, building, just to see a move like that, right? In essence, in extension of this move here, I highly doubt that this is the zone that we stop at, right? I mean, we look at how we've performed so far. We go to the high to low here. We moved all the way up to our 2618. Like we got to the top end of our secondary zone of the extensions, right? Primary zone is the 1618 to the 1272. Secondary zone is the 1886 to the 2618. We got all the way up there and found support at the 1414. I don't think we're stopping for anything less than 21 cents, man. The 3618 or higher, right? Because then on the same fib basis, what, we're going to stop at 10 cents or 7 cents? No, we just validated that that's not going to happen. And if we don't stop at 10 cents to 7 cents, then we're likely not stopping until 21 cents. But if we get to 21 cents, we could stop there, but I think 26 to 32 cents makes a lot more sense. Well, whatever. Let's see. Okay. XCN BTC there. We ran through the price numbers. And again, it just, to me, it wouldn't make a lot of sense that we stop here. We consolidated all this time just to stop here. But it makes much more sense to stop here to me than it would anywhere else other than here or higher. So we're applying that just for funsies. And I'll tell you what, being at 1.35 cents now, we've been thinking about 26 to 32 cents all this time. To consider 11 cents to 14 cents, 15 cents, that's kind of like a kick in the nuts, right? It doesn't feel like it's enough. But I think I speak for all of us when I say that, whatever. It's still money. We're still making money. If you're making money, you're doing fine. But I think that we're going to see something more grand than that. I don't think that's where we're going, you guys. The price that we are going to calculate next would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 187. And then that times 140. It's 26 cents. It's 26 cents, right? And then 170 again, because I doubt that we top off at the same time. And I think Bitcoin does hit 180K. It's 32 cents. And that just so coincidentally lines up. It's very, very coincidental that this lines up with the 1,886 200 area. Which again, hold on, let me get this right here. Come on now. Come on, man. Doing the little dance. It's like it knows which one I want it to go on, so it just moves to the other one. 26 to 32 cents, the 1,886 200, which a lot of cryptos I found recently have been finding support and resistance at these areas, for whatever reason. On this last move here from a high to a low, here, we went all the way up to the 2618. And again, the secondary zone is defined as the 1,886 to the 2618, this whole zone. Primary zone is the 1,618 to the 1,272, okay? Primary zone, secondary zone. We hit the top end of the secondary zone last time. Now, I'm calling for the bottom end of the secondary zone. And that would tie up perfectly with the expectations that I have for Bitcoin's price. That would tie up perfectly for the expectations in the XCN BTC pair. And it makes sense. It only makes sense to me that we would grow at this kind of rate after consolidating for so much. Like, you move up this much and you've been consolidating for 6 months to see a weak and pathetic move? I don't think so. You've been building, adding things to your ecosystem, adding things to your network. I don't think so, man. I think there's more than meets the eye with this thing. I really do believe, and who cares what my beliefs are, man, but time will tell. I do believe that we'll see 26 to 32 cents, but for the time being, getting back to the short term, we're at 1.355 cents. And when will that be? I'm thinking the end of July. Again, I'm thinking XCN doesn't need a lot of time. This took 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, it's the beginning of July. Who knows? We could be all the way up here, but I think it'll be the end of July that we're up there when we get moving. If not earlier. But from right here, if we were to pull back down to about 1.1 cents, it's okay. It's okay. I don't really care what we do in the meantime. I'm not selling. I'm not caring, because even if we do go down, it's going to be short-lived. We're going to come back up. If we move back up, maybe we move back down. Whatever. Who cares what we do in the meantime? Until we're above about 1.7, 1.8 cents, maybe even higher than that, I don't think it's time to get excited. But we'll see how it goes. I am expecting that Bitcoin moves up today. That was the expectation. I just made a Bitcoin video saying that. So with that, I would expect XCN moves up. If we can get not just a little day up, but something that answers yesterday's potential reversal, right? Because this is setting up to be a reversal. That's a pretty big wick on the day there. Pretty big solid body on yesterday's candle. If we can get a day to answer yesterday's candle and close above the opening price of yesterday's candle, if we can close today above 1.47 cents, we're going to have a very bullish tone in the next OnyxCoin video. I promise you. I say we, I mean me. Me and Mufasa. Damn it, he just went away. He's camera shy, man. He knows. He's like, I'd pick him up, but he doesn't like it, man. I don't want to do it just for the sake of the camera. He's not. He loves his belly rubbed. He loves being pet, loves being patted and all that stuff, but he does not like being picked up. It's just, unless you're a girl. If you're a girl, he's okay with it. He genuinely loves, he is a ladies' man. He really is. That used to help me back in the day, but I'm a married man now. But he loves the ladies. He doesn't like my daughter, but but he does like other females. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.